You know, I don't care if you don't like Diablo 4. That's your choice. As a gamer, you have a right to an opinion and to play the games you want to play. I also have a right, because this is my YouTube channel, to talk about whatever content I want to talk about. And I choose to talk about Diablo 4. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 3 things that I love about Diablo 4. How about that? I hope you stick around. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, now that the haters are gone, we can talk in peace. I'm kidding. So my top 3 things that I love about Diablo 4. Number 1, creating new characters. I know this might not be a popular choice. I don't know how to explain it, but I love getting my hands on a new class and building that character and molding it to the play style that I like to play. I love creating new characters, seeing the skills that they have, how to utilize them in game, how I can get to end game quickly, getting gear, upgrading gear, grinding things in game to get that elusive loot. Those, to me, I love the beginning of any game where my character starts from 0 and the process of getting him or her to a hero status. That process, the grind for skills, loot, accessories, that process, to me, I love it. I know a lot of people in Diablo 4 really shit on the game when they found out they had to create a new character they have to create a new character every season. To me, that's music to my ears. I love that process. It's so fulfilling and rewarding. So to me, the one thing that Diablo 4 does is it allows us, through the 5 classes that they do have, it allows us the enjoyment of that process. And I don't think anyone can argue that level 1 to level 50, the campaign, that process in Diablo 4, I don't think anyone can argue that they screwed up there. I think they did a great job. It's so enjoyable, a lot of fun. I really do think it's one of the shining aspects of the game. So to me, number 1 on the list is being able to play 5 characters. And as you see here on my character creation, I have 7 characters that I've played in Diablo 4 since launch. And I've thoroughly enjoyed all of them. But to me, number 1 is the enjoyment I had in Diablo 4 creating a new character, and the grind from 1 to 50, very enjoyable. Number 2 beauty of Diablo 4, I thought the combat system, A+. The mechanics of engaging with enemies, the feel of your character in your hands, and how it interacts when it comes to engaging into a fight with an enemy, with a boss, whether you're in Hell Tides, whether you're in dungeons, whether you're doing a quest. The combat system feels good. I know a lot of people have had their opinion on only having 6 skills on the hotbar, and that it needs to be more. So I'm on the fence with that. I do like how it's set up right now. Although I can see the point of having more skills in the hotbar. And who knows, maybe down the road, this is something that they'll work on. But the combat in this game, to me, A plus. It feels good. It feels smooth, whether regardless of what class. And I have played all of them. I've played every single class in this game, and they all feel good and fluid. It's not chunky. Um, there's there's a purpose to your class and how they're doing it. Now, I understand there is a class imbalance. The relying of certain damage types vis-a-vis vulnerability and crit. I get that. That's a problem in the game, and they are going to fix it in season 2. But I'm speaking purely on the feel of the combat in the game. To me, A plus, they did a great job. And I'm comparing it to games that I've played. Okay. Personally, out of all the games I've played, and of course I haven't played all of them, so please interject your thoughts and call me out or agree with me on the following statement. To me, the best game that I played in the MMO ARPG genre is Black Desert Online. The combat system in that game, to me, that's like the golden standard. The combat in that game just is unbelievable. So unbelievable. So whenever I think or compare a game, I always have that in the back of my mind. Okay, how does this compare to my golden standard, which is BDO, Black Desert Online? And I have to say, Diablo 4 did a really good job in how combat feels in this game. So to me, the combat, the engaging, the fighting, like I said, A plus, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Put aside all the issues outside of that, just purely the mechanics of the fights and the engagement, A plus. Okay, you guys are going to shit on me for this, but Nightmare Dungeons, I think they did an A plus on Nightmare Dungeons with the caveat, okay? Yes, of course you're gonna like it. It's the only thing you get to do at endgame, and I understand that. However, if you just look at the design of Nightmare Dungeons with a little bit of tinkering, I enjoyed it. Now, what ruins it eventually for everyone is the fact that you have to do it over and over and over. But that's not because Nightmare Dungeons weren't designed well. It's because of other aspects of the game that just watered down this aspect of the game. But if you look at it purely from a task-oriented thing in the game, I enjoyed Nightmare Dungeons when I first started doing them. I think it's a great thing in the game. Now, other things needed to be added to it, but if there are other things added to the game down the road, don't tell me that people are not going to run Nightmare Dungeons. Nightmare Dungeons provide this game so much opportunity to expand and diversify it once they add other end game content. Okay, Nightmare Dungeons is an avenue for us to target farm a specific set of gear or weapon or boss. It's a avenue, well, how it's currently being used, and that is to get the best XP in the game. That can further be enhanced. But the actual task of doing Nightmare Dungeons, the experience, of course, it gets diluted from level 70 to 100. But when you first start doing Nightmare Dungeons, it's a great experience. They've now reverted back to increasing the mob density. I wish they would go back to how they had it when it comes to the elite mob density in Nightmare Dungeons. They did a little bit, but they need to do more. But my point is, if this game gets enhanced and diversified in the future, and there's more things to do in the end game, running Nightmare Dungeons now becomes a joy because it's not something that you have to do. It's something that you choose to do. And it provides an avenue for Blizzard to really enhance the game. So this is why I selected it as my third favorite thing in the game, although now I despise doing them because you've done a million of them, right? But the actual running and doing the Nightmare Dungeon is a great experience in the beginning, and I think it's something they did really well. The problem is they don't have anything else to complement it, so it got watered down, and people hated it because it's the only thing we're doing right now. But Nightmare Dungeons is an A+ in this game once they add more endgame content. So Nightmare Dungeons is my third favorite thing. Once they add more endgame content, this is such a huge designed feature in the game that allows Blizzard to just really enhance the game more. This is why I picked it as my third favorite thing. And although this is going to give me a lot of "you're an idiot," it's the worst thing in the game. Like, this is all we do. I get it. But I'm thinking future here, guys. And I'm telling you, when I was doing this video and thinking about what are my top 3 things, because there, believe it or not, there are a lot of good features in this game, right? It's just like anything in life, you don't remember all the good things, but you do remember the last bad thing, and that will tarnish all the good things that you experience because it's the last thing. So, for example, I'll give you an analogy, okay? When you go away and you go to an airport and you're flying and you're going on vacation, right? You get to the airport, everything is good. You get on the airplane, you're all happy, flight is smooth. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm going to be sipping daiquiris and drinking beer by the pool and having fun and going to parties, right? You're all happy. You're like, oh my God, the flight is smooth. You land, you know what I mean? You walk off the plane and the sun hits you and you're like so excited and pumped, and you go get your bag and your bag's missing. You're like, shit, right? So even though all the way up to that point you were whistling and couldn't wait to get into the pool and have the first beer in the sun, that experience of your bag getting lost just ruined the trip for you. So it's the same with Diablo 4. This is a good experience. Just the last thing we remember is there's no end. I don't want to get into it, but all the bad stuff, right? But if you're subjective, this is good. There's so much potential here with Nightmare Dungeons. Like, not using it how it currently is, which is it's the only thing to do, that and Hell Tides, to level up. So I give it an A+ in the future when things get added. And, I did enjoy them, like I said. So Nightmare Dungeons, number 3. Okay, there you have it, everyone. Those are my top 3 things that I really enjoyed about Diablo 4. Now, some of you might be asking, why the F are you making this video? The game is dead. Well, you may be right, but like I stated in other videos, and actually my last video, I'm probably going to be, if it goes down that road, I'll probably be the last guy talking about Diablo 4. And I'm cool with that. No problem. I like to talk about things that I'm passionate about, and Diablo 4 is one game I'm passionate about. and it ain't over till the fat lady sings, as the saying goes. And she hasn't sung yet. Not yet. It's getting close, but not yet. So these are my top 3 things that I personally enjoyed about the game. And I would love to hear what yours are, if any. We've created a lot of content on Diablo 4. As all of you might know, probably 98% of the content I create on this channel is about Diablo 4. And I don't BS. I don't sugarcoat it. I tell it like it is. And like I've said in other videos, if the state of the game is that it's in a bad state, then unfortunately my content is going to be about the game being in a bad state. And some may take that as negative, whatever. But I like to think of myself as subjective and an honest and trustworthy person. And that's the way I like to represent and conduct myself. I hope that comes off in the content. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And unfortunately, because of the current state of the game, a lot of the content has been negative. So I wanted to create this video on what's good about this game. Now, there's a lot of other things that are great about this game, but I'm not going to make a 3-hour video. So I wanted to kind of highlight the top 3 things that came to my mind. And one of the restrictions I put myself when I made this video is things that pop in your head right away. Don't overanalyze, because that's usually where you find the truth. And those are the 3 things that popped into my head that I really enjoyed about this game. And plus, I wanted to create a upbeat video for once about Diablo 4. There's so many people crapping on this game, and hey, it's your right. Like I said in the intro, it's your dollar, it's your time. You can choose to utilize it however you want. That's your right. But I wanted to create a good vibes video. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your top 3 are. I would love to hear it. Anyway, as usual, thanks for watching, everybody. And we are growing at a nice little pace here, and I want to thank everyone. If you're new to the channel and this is the very first video of mine you've watched, I would love if you join us and hit that subscribe button so when I post content, you can watch it. That would mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, hopefully, we'll see you next time.